Famcast Media, bitch.
Hotel near Woodward Inn 6 Mile in Highland Park is where the body of Ashia Davis, a transgender woman, was found Thursday.
It's my only child.
Her mother devastated, asking why and how something like this could happen.
She was just getting a job, went to school. I just don't understand why this happened.
Fox 2 found Alana Anderson, who is also a member of the transgender community, right outside the hotel where Ashia's body was found. It's a hotel where many members of this community sometimes stay.
We've been knowing each other since we were a child, since we were like younger, and we would have loved each other. And that was a good friend of mine.
Michigan State Police is leading the investigation after receiving a call from Highland Park Police about a deceased 34-year-old female.
We're not sure exactly what the cause was. We'll have to wait for the autopsy to come through.
Witnesses at the hotel tell Fox 2 that the victim appeared to have been shot. Those who advocate for the transgender community say they have concerns.
Hit really close to home, particularly in my community, and it just goes to the social stigma and the violence that the trans community faces, particularly trans women of color.
Advocates hope that the Elliott Larson Civil Rights Act will help provide the protections members of the LGBTQ+ community need.
We just got included in Elliott Larson, where we didn't even have protections when it came to housing, employment, and healthcare.
Those who knew Ashia say her pet Yorkie was stolen from the scene. Police make it clear the investigation is still in the early stages, and it's unclear if the death is connected to Ashia being transgender. Right now, investigators say they are looking at all possibilities.
Was there any type of sexual assault, stuff like that, is kind of where we're at right now.
As the investigation in this case continues, many in the transgender community say they don't feel safe in this area.
My anxiety is just on edge, but yeah, I gotta leave. Right?
In Highland Park, Ingrid Kelly, Fox 2 News.
Demons and demonesses, we got another one off the streets. Good evening, demons and demonesses. Kwame Wahkan here, and today it's going to be a little bit of an update on a case that happened out of Detroit. Now, I've done quite a few stories out of Detroit, and like I said, these are pretty sad and gruesome stories. Another person was killed. Now, this incident first happened, I believe, in June of 2023, literally on the first day of Pride Month. So that was like totally heartbreaking for, both the family of the victim, people that knew the victim, and for basically the rest of the community as a whole. But I do have some reassuring news. Just recently, the killer has been found. I know it's been 9 months, but thankfully they couldn't hide forever. We finally got them, and I have a story for you guys. 9 months after black transgender nurse Ashia Davis was shot and killed in a Detroit hotel, Michigan State Police have charged a teenager with her murder. Carlos Lamar Scotland, 18. All right, I'm gonna stop right there. Why are they calling this guy a teenager? If he's 18, he's legally an adult. So I don't know why they always try to downplay by saying, oh, this person was a teenager. No, if you're 18, you're a fucking adult, and you deserve to, you're old enough to understand the consequences of your actions. Was arrested on March 12th, Wayne County prosecutor Kim Worthy announced at a press conference on Saturday. Scotland is charged with first-degree murder in Davis's killing, as well as felony firearm possession, carrying a concealed weapon, and obstructing an officer. Although he was 17 at the time of the killing, he's been charged as an adult, Worthy said. A probable cause conference, an administrative hearing for attorneys to discuss bail, plea negotiations, and other matters. It is currently scheduled for March 26. So, like a couple days ago. Oh, bloody hell, let's see. It's troubling on so many levels, Worthy told members of the press. For people that are so young to commit violent crime, it's all troubling. Davis, 34, was shot in Detroit's Woodward Inn on the night of June 1st, 2023, the first day of Pride Month. Her body was found the next day. Prosecutors on Saturday did not comment on further details on the case, including whether the alleged murder was motivated by hate, telling reporters they do not want to jeopardize the case going forward. Alright, so we'll just take that for what it means. Davis, who also spelled her name Asia, Asia, was also known to some friends as Charm, according to the Detroit News. She had recently completed nursing school and was soon to start a new job, her family said. Davis was one of at least 35 trans and gender-nonconforming people killed in the United States in 2023, per data from Everytown for gun safety. Asia Davis was a beautiful human being who deserved at minimum to be alive, today sharing her cheerful spirit with us, said Tori Cooper, Community Engagement Director at the Human Rights Campaign's Transgender Justice Initiative. Following reports of Davis's murder last year, it's beyond unacceptable that not nearly enough of those in power have spoken out against this inhumanity. We continue to call for justice, for Asia and for all those we've lost without sufficient answers. Now, I have to give a round of applause to, the police department and also for prosecutor Kim Worthy. Now, this isn't the first case that she's prosecuted. In fact, throughout, Detroit's history for the past couple of years, she's prosecuted many killers of transgender women. So it's good that, we actually have somebody, in the community that's holding these people accountable and, is throwing the book at them, as you could say. Now, I think last year there was another man that had killed a trans woman. She was also the prosecutor in that case. 2 years ago, there was another trans woman that was murdered. Blanking on the name. I'll get to it, but that man was also prosecuted. Kim Worthy was also the prosecutor in that case as well. So, I'm just glad that we have someone like that on our side. Now, just like every other news outlet, they refuse to show this person's mugshot. Well, once again, I have a copy of this mugshot. I'm going to be showing it in color so you guys can see exactly who the hell this is. Here is the mugshot. Now, like I said, time after time again, is anybody surprised? It's always the same type of people in this same exact community that commits these crimes. And thankfully, I'm not the only one that noticed. There's a couple of other, trans rights activists that I follow, both on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. And they've all noticed this pattern. This is a conversation that we, as Black people, need to hold. With all, the religiosity and, the homophobia and ignorance in the Black community, this is the reason why you have so much violence against those in the trans community. You can't blame Trump for everything. You can't blame, Christian nationalism for everything. There's some things in the community that we as Black people need to discuss. This whole idea where, if a man, is attracted to a trans person, that, that's something to be ashamed of. And then you have Black men, young Black men that decide, hey, I want to prove how manly I am. I want to prove how tough I am. I want to prove how much of a badass I am. So I'm going to go and bloody kill this person and then throw my entire life away. Now 2 lives are lost. I mean, like I said, this guy was, I think, 17 at the time he committed a crime. Now 17, you're like, that's like your junior, maybe your senior year in high school or something like that. And then you have this woman who was killed who just completed nursing school, that was going into the medical field. And we all know how important nurses are. And then had her life taken away like that. Sad, disgusting, and very, very uncalled for. You see, this goes beyond, the Black community. We as human beings need to stop treating trans people like second-class citizens. Because if not, then more things like this is going to happen. Now, mind you, this 17-year-old boy, well, at the time he was 17-year-old boy, was out in the streets late at night. Where the hell was his father, his mother, his uncle, his aunts, his cousins? Who was watching this kid? And second off, how did this lad get a gun in the first place? He was 17 years old, and I guarantee you the gun probably didn't belong to him. It's probably stolen or something like that. Where are the parents at, and why aren't they speaking out? Why aren't they making sure that their kid is doing the right thing? You know, this is what causes this type of violence, and this is what caused two people. One of them ended up in the morgue, the other one is going to end up in prison. Black man, I'm demanding you. If you have no interest in dating a trans woman or being around trans women, then for fuck's sake, just leave trans women alone. Don't throw your life away and don't take anyone else. Focus on yourself and start making better decisions with your life. Is your hatred and bigotry really worth throwing your life away? Lad thought he could really run from the police. He got caught 9 months later. Now he's stuck behind a pair of handcuffs. And he's probably going away for maybe 20 years. And to the parents out there, you know, you have to be more involved in your children's life. Now, I don't know if this person was, raised in an anti-LGBTQ environment. Who knows? Like I said, the police are still investigating. They said they didn't want to jeopardize, the case. So we don't really know the true motive behind this. But if it's like any of the other cases that I've covered in the past, we pretty much have a good idea. Now, until we have, access to either the interrogation footage or the killer says something in the courtroom, we have no idea what the motive behind this is. But regardless of what the motive is, it's well beyond time that, the black community needs to have this conversation. And to the friends and family of Ashia Davis, just want to send you my condolences. Rest in peace. She won't be forgotten. But that's pretty much all I have to say about this, Demons and Demonesses. I'm just going to have to keep my eye on this case and keep you guys updated. Still a few more other stories that I have to, update myself. There's been quite a few case breaks regarding other trans women that I want to speak about. So stay tuned up for that. All right, you guys, you stay safe, stay metal, hail Satan, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.